this location is going to be wonderful, because I remember, as I said, you know, back in the day, we used to get our clam chowder and we would stand by the location to eat it, and no place to put our forks and knives, even though we have Boudin's here now, which is one of our newest locations. But this will be a great place for people to just gather and hang out. There's also smoother and bigger sidewalks, because we know there's always so many people walking along this area. Pedestrian lighting, so that at nighttime, when it gets dark, especially during daylight savings in the winter, it actually is still bright, because we want people to still enjoy this neighborhood and also be safe. So we've made some improvements, and I really want to thank the Department of Public Works. I want to thank the MTA. I want to really thank the Port for getting creative and working with us to get a hold of some of this property. I want to thank our police officers. Deputy Chief David Lazar is here, and we appreciate the work that they have done with our tourist deployment plan, which is really focused on neighborhoods like Fisherman's Wharf and other areas where there are a large number of tourists. And as a result of their efforts, we've seen, even though we still have challenges, a reduction of 37% in car break-ins, and that has everything to do with their efforts with our tourism deployment plan. Thank you all so much for being here, and we have a number of great guests here that are going to be joining us, including our city administrator, Carmen Chu, who manages a lot of these infrastructure projects. But with that, I want to introduce the supervisor who is responsible for this district. Oh, I forgot to say this. During this holiday season, because I know everyone is always looking for crab and to make gumbo. Who makes gumbo? Please tell me somebody here makes a good gumbo. People are always looking for crab. They're looking for all great seafoods. And for the first time, the public during the holiday season will be able to purchase those crabs right off the boat, which is something that has not happened and is going to be an incredible experience. So San Francisco, with 83% of the people in this city who are fully vaccinated, we are starting to recover, we're starting to reopen, we're coming alive again. So welcome back, San Francisco, and with that, let me introduce the supervisor for this district, Aaron Peskin.
Thank you, Mayor Breed. Welcome to the new pedestrian and vehicular roadway that connects In-N-Out Burger to the rest of the world. But in all seriousness, a little bit of history and a lot of thanks. It goes back actually almost 20 years, not just to phase one that was completed in 2013, that went from Jones Street all the way to Hyde Street. This, of course, is phase two, going from Jones to Powell. It started with the Fisherman's Wharf community getting together, going to Dean Macris and Anne Marie Rogers, that led to the public realm plan that created this vision. And there are so many agencies and interests that come together right at this corner. Other side of the street is not the port, this side of the street is the port. A lot of different organizations, government entities were under the jurisdiction here of the Bay Conservation and Development Commission as sea level rise is happening. So it took a lot of coordination. So I have a lot of thanks to say. And yes, Mayor Breed, it does seem like yesterday that we were standing here turning that first shovel. And I really just want to start by thanking Public Works. I know it's been a rough couple of years, but this project with COVID, went very smoothly. Thank you, Komite. Thank you, Carla. Thank you to all of the contractors and their laborers who did this thing. It really came out great. And I know it was a pain in the butt for the Fisherman's Wharf community, but thank you for hanging in there. And if there is a silver lining on COVID, it's that we did it all during COVID. So there's one silver lining from COVID. And then I want to thank, I already said, our city planning department. I also want to thank SFMTA. I want to thank the police who've always been down here in great numbers. And I want to join the mayor in saying we are open, welcome back. Come down to Fisherman's Wharf, whether you are a tourist or whether you are a local. There is so much here to offer. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Carmen Chu, City Administrator for San Francisco. So honored to be here today to celebrate. As I think many folks know, Fisherman's Wharf and tourism is a big deal in San Francisco. The mayor and Supervisor Peskin had talked about us being open, but part of getting open is making sure that we include having very positive and working infrastructure. As your city administrator, we'll continue to work hard to deliver those public infrastructure projects. And today, just want to really thank the Public Works Department. It's a big week for Public Works, not only the opening and celebration of this beautiful promenade and all the infrastructure that came along with it, but also recently the big success on Geary Street that happened as well. Congratulations to Public Works, to all of the staff who've worked very hard day in and day out to deliver this project. Of course, to the port staff for helping to coordinate alongside with us, the MTA for coordinating bus line services and the reopening of the F line connecting us back to Castro. In addition to that, of course, the PUC for all of the work underground and underneath the surface. Congratulations, everybody. And now, of course, our port director, Elaine Forbes.
Thank you, City Administrator, for the nice introduction, and I'm not going to reiterate too much what everyone's already said, but I do want to say that our Fisherman's Wharf community really stood for economic recovery during the worst of the pandemic. We had restaurants open, some not knowing if they would earn positive profits in a month. We had our fishermen out, we had our excursions out, and the Fisherman's Wharf community is thrilled that the city is making generational investments in this place for our future. So a huge applause for all the city agencies that made this a huge success, including my own. We are open. It is beautiful here, and walking from the port, I saw so many people enjoying this waterfront. Even the seals know economic recovery is now. I want to introduce Randall Scott, who is the Executive Director of the Community Benefits District here at the Wharf. Big applause for Randall.
Thank you, Director Forbes. I'll be brief. So I'm honored and humbled to be up here with our city, and extremely proud of the progress that we made and the street that, as a result, you should have seen it Fleet Week if you weren't here. It was packed. So thank you, Mayor Breed, and all the city officials for allowing that to happen. Thank you, Supervisor Peskin, for all your support and taking my emails and my calls. Administrator Chu for reaching out. Thank you. Carla, DPW, and the DPW team, very appreciative of all the response. Komate, Rachel Gordon, Tenny Fong, Ben, saw you this morning. So my board, very supportive in every single way. I wouldn't have been able to pull this off without them. Because for those of you who don't know, the community benefit districts are the public-private partnership. So we're the bridge between the city and the property owners and the merchants of the wharf. So Director Tumlin, and of course Diane Oshma and Dan Hodat. So thank you all very much. We appreciate it. We are open. Come down, eat some clam chowder, buy some crab this winter, and we appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Carla?
Thank you, Randall. And I think everyone heard just how collaborative this project was. We heard from all our sister agencies, we heard from the community and the CBD, and I think that's why this project was so successful. We were able to work throughout the COVID pandemic to deliver this project almost 2 years to the day. I think we're 2 days after the 2-year mark here today. So with that, we are gonna have a ribbon cutting. So if we can get our ribbon ready and our giant scissors, please come up and join us. 5, 4, 3,